Hi, everybody. Since we're all, or a lot of us are going to be working from home a lot more, or taking classes from home, stuff like that, maybe teaching people from home remotely, things like that, I thought I'd just share a quick video of one of my favorite tools. I work from home full time, and this is one of my favorite ways to communicate with people. It's called Loom. It's a great way to quickly make a video. Lots of things are really hard to communicate, um, via text or in an email, stuff like that. Sometimes you really just need a video to show people how to do something, set up a Zoom account. We all will be using a video conferencing service like Zoom a lot more, but setting it up for the first time can be a little tricky. So creating a video that's easy to access, that's easy to use, that's easy to look at, I think is really, really helpful. And that's what Loom is, right? So Loom I'll demonstrate how we create a video with Loom. So first off, the best way to get started with Loom is their Chrome extension. So if you just Google Loom Chrome extension like this, right? Just Google exactly that. It'll be the first hit. It's right here. It's this guy, right? And you'll click here, and I already have it installed, but you'll just click installed, right? They have a nice intro video and stuff like that there, but you just click install and it'll come up over here. So if you're using a Chrome browser, it'll be right here. It's this little guy. It looks like a rose, right? So take a look at that. That is how you get it installed and stuff like that, right? So here's how you use it, right? So I will demonstrate how to use it by creating a quick how to use Zoom video with Loom. So we'll have got an inception tutorial here a little bit. So once you've got it installed, it's right up here, right? And all you're going to do is click on it. You will create a quick account. You'll see that it'll pop up a little Loom video of you down here in the lower left. You can turn that off by just selecting screen only or cam only if you just want it to be you. I'll leave the screen and cam on. I think it's nice to see people sometimes, but you do that. And you click start recording. So you'll log in real quick to create an account and stuff like that. And then you click start recording. And it will ask you, do you want to just record an application window or your entire screen? I almost always just record the entire screen, especially in the case like this, where we're going to be, using multiple applications, right? So click share, and it'll give you a little countdown like this. And then it'll say, now you're recording. If you kind of have a false start or whatever, you can just click the X here and it'll restart. You can restart the process and start over. But if everything's working the way you want it to, this is what you would do. So I'll just demonstrate how to create a quick Zoom tutorial. So Zoom is a video conferencing service. It has it sends out a link to people, so it can be included in a calendar invite like this, or you might just receive information like this with a link and a mobile number to call into. The best way to join a Zoom meeting, I typically don't call in. The Zoom platform seems to be fast enough, responsive enough with audio that I just use my computer audio. So what you would do, assuming you don't have Zoom installed or anything, and you receive an email like this, is you just click on the Zoom. It'll open up like this, right? And as it says here, nothing will happen if you don't have Zoom installed. So what you're going to do is click download and run Zoom here, this button, right? And what we're doing now is we're installing Zoom on the computer. So you see it's got a little package called Zoom. I always install to the desktop because I think that that's the easiest place to find it. So click on your desktop. It's similar, this is a Mac, but it's similar if it's a PC or whatever. And you click save, and you'll see it'll start installing. You'll get something like a Zoom package. Then you just click that. It will tell you that it's going to run a package, see if it's going to be installed, and you just kind of go through this wizard, right? And it will say, it will install Zoom like that. You don't need to sign in to join a Zoom meeting, right? So you can just click join a meeting, right? And now here is where you can do one of two things. This is because Zoom is freshly installed. It doesn't automatically open the Zoom meeting. So you could type in the meeting ID that's in here, right? But I think it's a little faster if you just go cancel, right? Close this guy, and then just go back to this link here, right? And just click on the link again. And it'll ask you this time, because we have Zoom installed, it'll ask you, do you want to open this link in Zoom? And we do. So just click open. And it'll automatically start joining the meeting. So you don't need to type in an ID or anything like that, right? So there you go. We're all set there. And now all you got to do is join with computer audio. If for some reason your computer audio is not good enough, if your internet connection is a little slow or anything, you might try a phone call. And in this case, you'll just pick up your phone and dial this number, and it'll guide you through entering this stuff. But usually for most people, if you have a pretty good internet connection, you could just click join with computer audio, and you should be in the meeting. And there you go. You're in the meeting. We may go over some more stuff with Zoom, but that is how to install and use Zoom, and that is how to create a Loom video. So just to finish up creating a Loom video, when I'm done recording what we're working on, I'll click finish recording, this little thing down here. Click finish recording. And this is what I really, really like about Loom, is it makes it really, really easy. So you can preview your video here, right? So we could click this. There you go, right? You can add stuff. You can change it. It'll automatically fill in a title based on whatever page you're on. If you're using the Chrome extension, so the title of this page is how to use Loom. That's where this guy's coming from, but you can rename it, here and say, hey, this should be how to use Zoom, right? So there. And then you can edit, trim your video. Usually what I'm doing is I'm just going to record. I use Loom videos for quick things to show people really quickly. I'm not looking for like high production value or anything like that. I'm just looking to say, hey, someone's struggling with this. Like, it's a lot easier to demonstrate this with a Loom video than it is to try to write out the steps in an email or jump on a call or a screen share that can be hard to set up for some people. And so here's really the beauty of Loom. So if you have anything private in here, like a password or something like that, or data that you don't want to be publicly available, I would add a password and then share that password that you send the video with. But for most people, if you're doing sort of tech support or you're demonstrating a video or something like that, a demo video, you're probably just going to leave it as a public link, right? So what Loom does is it automatically uploads your video to their website here. Really, really cool. You'll see it has your account information over here, all that stuff. But all you have to do is copy the link and then send it to somebody, right? So you can send this video to anybody, right? And now when they get the link, right? So like I'll open an incognito window just so we see what it looks like if someone who didn't create the video, what it looks like to them when they receive the link is it'll open up and there's the video and they can watch the video. It's that simple. They just have to click on the link. They don't need to download any software or anything like that. That's why I think it's so useful, just because people just have to click on a link, which people are really used to doing with the internet, right? There's one other cool thing about Loom is right now they do have a COVID-19 response where they are removing limits on free plans. They're also cutting in half the price of Loom, Loom Pro in half. And what I think is really, really neat is it's free for education. So if you're a student or a teacher and you need to communicate with your classroom or even just help a student with, a one-off homework problem, that would be a really good use case for Loom, right? Help somebody walk through something or help a loved one, maybe install a video conferencing software. Really, really good way to do it is Loom, just because it's so easy for the person who's watching the video to use, and it's free for education. So that's really cool. That's pretty much it. Highly recommend using Loom. Encourage you to check it out. I'll include some links when I share this out. But thanks for listening, and hope you find this useful.